Hey, Max here. So, EA just made the beta relive. So if you had a beta code, you can play it again. It's open. Well, it's open again, but it's still closed. It's still stupid. Sadly, I have to show you a big feature that they added. Like, this is really cool. I tweeted about it, and I'm going to talk about it in a second, but it's still, like, closed, so everybody can't get on it. I don't know why they don't make it open for everybody, like MLB The Show, like, you know, all these other games. Diablo had the same thing. It's EA. They have so many bad decisions for the management team. It's just another one in the long list. Let's talk about this, though. The big thing they added, which is mega cool. Now, it's going to get a little complicated here for a second, so please stick with me. So ignore my Jackson Pollock-esque terrible drawing, but basically what I did was I called a cover 3. This is in practice mode only, and you have to turn the setting on in practice mode for it to be a thing, okay? Basically on offense or defense, you can turn on a setting to see the play. And it's really cool because the play above, so like we see the offenses are X's, defenses are O's, it's a stock cover 3. But in the stock cover 3, at the snap of the ball, so I actually measured it, half a second into the play, so guys are just getting off the snarl, it's half a second-ish. Just getting off the line, right? They're just slightly downfield. Like the tight end slightly downfield, the receivers just getting off there, whatever. So in a cover 3 where all 3 guys should be deep blues, but the way the game codes it, you can actually see this. You can actually see it on the field as they're switching, as they're going assignments based off the releases. This guy's like locked up man to man. Now as you see, it's 5 wide. 1, 2 here, tight end, receiver. He's going vertical. The actual play art has the tight end going vertical, this guy going to a deep end, this guy going to an out route, this guy's on a hook route, and this guy's in an out route. So basically, half a second in, this middle linebacker, because he's like in this middle zone, they got eyes to the strong side of the field because you have 1, 2 back here. 1, 2, buckle my shoe. The 40 lineman right there. So they're looking over here, and then as they're going to see the routes be run where he takes an out-breaking route, this guy goes over here. He gets eyes back to this receiver on the second one. So 2 seconds into the play, this guy right here, he's on like a hook. So this hook recognizes, and he sees a tight end break outwards, or he's about to break out. He recognizes that, and he goes and puts his eye here. It's really fascinating. I'm sorry for being such a terrible explainer, but it's really fascinating. You can actually see the AI logic in action during practice mode. So it's going to really help out labbers, right? You see that the deep safety is going to stay deep middle, basically no matter what. But this guy, when he sees out route, he actually shifts over to man coverage because that's the solo receiver left over there. And this guy, he tries to get under him to stop that out route because he's on like a purple. So he's looking there too. And then like, so this guy matches up here. This guy, he's going to look back here. We got under zone, mid zone, deep zone to deal with this. So this guy's actually back. This guy actually, I think, moved over a little bit, but my drawing doesn't really show it that well. So it's a really cool with the pocket form and everything. Obviously, some of the problems of the beta we'll talk about in a second. Not everything's fixed, but this is like a huger, like for people that lab, right? People that want to make their own schemes. I don't know how many people actually care about this. I am one of them. I always try and run off meta. I always try to cook up my own stuff. Madden 23, I think I had the best offense of the entire game all year. It was wild. It was, you know, I'm just going to leave it at that. It destroyed man. We could throw bombs over zone coverage. We had openings all over the field against it too. Anyways, this is awesome because you see them convert from zone to man assignments where their eyes are looking during the play. And I'm sorry I can't show it. EA is such a jerk because I want to show you this as it's happening because it's so neat. So I love it, right? This is just a base cover 3, but guys will show their responsibilities. But let's talk about the rest of the beta and some of the feedbacks, like this adaptive coverage type of stuff. Defense did get a little bit better, and I've only played, you know, it's only been a couple hours out since they relaunched it. I could have waited to this video, but I want to let people know that the beta's back out. That's why this video is coming out right now. That's why I got the greasy hair. I didn't expect to make a video today. Didn't take a shower at all. I don't stream on Wednesdays either, so it was going to be a lazy day of cowboy movies for me until they brought the beta out. So this is really neat. W, I criticize EA a lot, but W for adding this, and obviously it's a beta, so we're going to be a little bit more forgiving on some of these errors that I'll talk about. Helmets randomly change colors sometimes during the game. Hopefully that's fixed by launch. Don't know what's going on with that. Defense is better like I talked about. I still think even though zone's got this adaptive stuff, zone will be better. It's definitely better than it was. At least I feel like in the first first little bit of playing. I'm sure we'll find some things to break it down and stuff. I still see a little bit too much egg catching and stuff like that, where like guys can just like click on the receiver, stop it, catch up, and then once they get in their hands, they're going to go down with the catch. Still a little bit too much of that, I feel like, where you can like user swerve almost. I think that's in the game this year, which is, as you guys remember, 17 swerving and stuff and getting guys out of position and face catching a lot. Even that even goes back to like 15 and before. It's not great. It's not great gameplay because eventually you're not playing football. You're just playing Toss It Up Simulator 24. So I think I pass velos are back, and sadly because we can't play MUT, I really can't do a lot of knockouts. Pass velos are basically needed to throw the ball. I don't know why pass velo chems are in this game anymore. Abilities. I was hoping they'd take them out and knockout chems, both zone and man knockout chems, because the game, like, it's very hard to pass the ball if you don't have pass velo chem. So the game's balanced around pass velo chems being in the quarterback. So basically you cannot use teams without those pass velo chems if you want to pass the ball a lot. If you do, you're going to be at a severe disadvantage not being able to throw into tight windows. And obviously I know Josh Allen throws into much tighter windows than say Tua does. But like, I feel like it should be based on the throw power stat, and it should be like incremental versus like, all right, on, off. You either throw the ball like you got a rocket in your pocket, or you kind of just like lob it up like me trying to throw the ball out there. So it's a little unfortunate that pass velos are there. I was hoping they'd try a year without them, but it does look like pass velo chems, they're back and they're still needed. Hopefully, I hope, but I don't know at this point. We're a month out. They tune up, because the game needs to be tuned around throwing the ball fast without the velos chems. Run defense, still a little bit in the mud. I think it might be a little bit of a running year, so make sure you got your inside stuffs. Make sure you got really good, like even run fits. Guys on the edge get hooked a little bit too much. Guys don't take great pursuits still. And again, this is only a little bit into the game. I haven't tested it completely, so these are just my first few games feeling, or first like practice mode game feelings type of stuff. Linebackers still don't jump. I threw at a linebacker's head a bit, and they didn't really make the plays that safeties will be, so that hasn't been fixed from our beta feedback. Adjustments, they said they put this out to help with adjustments. Adjustments aren't that much better. They're a little bit better. They're not as bad, but they're still finicky when you're playing online. Hopefully they keep tuning that up and making it sharper. Something about, I don't know, communicating with the servers. I mean, I'm hardwired in with pretty decent internet. I'm not that much of a boomer, but it's still a little on the slow button presses. And I think my biggest thing that I found, I hate under pressure. Like, I think under pressure in this game, like, ruins it. It brings too much RNG into it, where a defender was in, like, a few yards of you, and, like, you misthrow it. I get it. A quarterback tries to protect their body and stuff. But, like, there's so many things that we sacrifice because, like, it's a video game. And, like, in the video game, like, you'll quicken up the throw. In real life, you'll quicken up the throw. But, like, the animations sometimes aren't that much quicker in the video game than you would IRL on certain throws. And, like, I don't know. I wish, like, obviously when you're close to it, if, like, you're within arm reach of the quarterback and you can touch them as they're in the motion, that should affect the ball. But I feel like if you're, especially with under pressure chemistry, that should literally not be in the game. It's looking like another year where you're basically required to have fearless to throw the ball competently because of, just how the game works. And it's just an annoying factor of it. It's just not fun. I think that's my thing about under pressure. I don't think it's fun for anyone. When I think about games, I think I want to have a good, fun time. And both for the defense, getting an under pressure missed throw isn't exactly fun. And for the offense, it's the exact opposite of fun. So, like, sometimes things that are fun for the defense that aren't fun for the offense are good for the game overall. Like powerful users and stuff. That's enjoyable. Okay? And like, in reverse, right? So, that's it. And, like, I don't think under pressure adds to the fun level of Madden or really the simulation aspect. I've seen these quarterbacks take insane hits and deliver accurate balls under pressure like this. I've seen it many a times. So it just, like, I get it. When you're throwing the ball and taking a hit, that's a duck. Makes sense. But the fact that, like, you just have to be within, like, 3 to 5 yards and you get that same inaccuracy penalty, especially with the ability active, I just hate that. So those are my feedback so far. Just want to let you know, beta's live. This cool addition to the game, and they'll change and they'll adjust what coverage they're in and who they're looking at based off how the routes are run. Like this linebacker, like I talked about, him looking to strong side, and then when the strong side breaks outwards, he looks back to weak side. It's awesome. EA did something good. And that's the video. Bye.